What's up, everybody, and welcome to episode number 124 of the Unknown Games Podcast, a show where we talk about video games, the gaming atmosphere here in Japan. We live here in Japan, and also a little bit of fast food. It's a little bit of everything, but it's always good. I'm your host, Adrian, and as always, every week for it's not technically 124 episodes that we've, done this together. There's been a couple times we've been apart. My co-host, Alex. What's up, man?
Yeah, nothing. It's good to be here. What's up?
Yeah. Last week, unfortunately, I wasn't feeling too well, so we didn't have an episode. But hopefully, I don't think there was too much news during that week, I want to say.
I feel like, I don't know. I mean, I actually only get my gaming news from like two sources now, like Japanese site called Games Talk and then Kotaku. That's really it.
I have not used Kotaku in so long because I went to, after a certain time, I think in college or something, I went to using Polygon because I was just like, okay, yeah. Polygon, I felt like just wasn't so clickbaity. And then
I don't want to like turn this into a weird discussion about Kotaku or anything, but like, yeah, I used to follow Kotaku a lot when I was in university, right? Mm-hmm. And then just over time, like the editor-in-chief changed and like I think ownership might have changed and just like the direction of the sites in general kind of changed. And like now, if you go to Kotaku.com right now, is one thing that bothers me because I'm on the internet so frequently. Yeah. But their articles aren't in chronological order. They're like they have like pinned headlines kind of thing, right?
Yeah, they're kind of like grouped together. So
and they just like stay there for a million years, right? So
yeah.
I guess if you click on the latest tab, like that'll kind of fix it, that'll bring it back to
just a straight blog, just like straight down one article as it goes. Yeah.
But now they have a bunch of, I don't even know. It's just like some of it is reviews, some of it is like personal pieces, opinion pieces, and which is like fine. You know what I mean? Like you can run your website however you want. If this is the direction they're going, that's totally fine. It's just as a reader, I've just been going less and less frequently.
Yeah. And I mean, like I would honestly say, like I used to check every day, but now I check. Well, I still
check like once.
Once a day or something, maybe if I'm lucky.
Like
but my Google feed has been my source for a lot of my gaming news. It's been pretty spot on for the past few years. I guess it just the algorithm trains itself to really know what you want to see.
I do. Yeah, for me, it's also like Reddit. I'll go to the games subreddit and I'll just search by like or filter by latest and like what's happened. I'm like, okay, I kind of get my finger on the pulse that kind of way. But yeah.
But I mean, today we're going to be talking about a couple of different things. We've got a lot of news that did actually happen from the Sony State of Play that happened, I believe, on the 8th of March. So a little bit over a week from now or before. There we go.
Previously, yes.
I was like time tripping right there. And Stranger of Paradise demo came out from that, I think on that Friday. So I've played a little bit of that. A little bit more of Elden Ring. Evo, I almost forgot about this, but Evo game announcements went up.
Yeah, they showed off or announced rather what's going to be played there.
Yep. And there's all that's pretty much it that we're going to be going over today. Right?
Yeah, also Gundam Evolution confirmed for release this year.
Well, that was in the State of Play too, man. Got you. Yeah. It was so like that State of Play focused specifically on the Japanese dev side for the third parties. I think the only
is it coming out in English? Sorry, hold on. Is it coming out in English?
Yeah.
Oh, is it? Shit, damn, dude.
Yeah. It was. You can sign up for the beta, man. Get yourself in that Gundam Overwatch.
I'm pumped then. Yeah,
in the multiverse, it's gonna tie. It's all gonna tie in the Gundam multiverse plus or the metaverse, whatever the crap you want to call it. But before we get into the show, remember if you are joining us here live on YouTube, go ahead and leave a like on this video and subscribe to the channel. We are 2 away from the magic 100, the 100. We'll throw a party. I'll eat more nuggets, and we'll all be happy. Just get us to 100. If you're listening via other means such as Google, Spotify, I don't know, all those cool places, iTunes, well, then you need to join this place. Join the YouTube. It's much better.
Yeah, probably. Maybe.
You get to see our faces. We talked about this before. You get to see our faces.
Yeah, it's true.
That is true. And then finally, remember, you can follow us on Twitter at UGP_cast. And you can also follow us on Twitch. Where can they find you, Alex?
Yeah, you can find me on Twitch at twitch.tv/root24. I stream Tuesday, Thursday in Japan. Random shit, honestly, like all of the last couple of weeks I've been streaming just weird shit. So I'm doing more Power Wash, I think, this week.
I mean, you did a burger flipping thing at one point, like how to.
Did I? Oh, that was Food Truck Simulator. Yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, it was actually really interesting because it had like a weird story, and
it did have a story. I was like, physics. Why is this? Yeah. Power Wash. I've also been playing a lot of Vampire Survivors. That's been oddly addicting, honestly.
That game is mesmerizing.
It is. Honestly, I play it in my spare time. Like, I don't even like stream it. Like, well, I have streamed it, but like, I'll finish work and I'm like, well, I'm gonna just turn my brain off and just play Vampire Survivors.
It's one of those games you can literally turn your brain off and play it because it's $3. So what, $3.99 or $3?
Yeah, no, it's like two. Well, I think it's 3 CAD, so it'd be even cheaper in USD, right? So
yeah, if you haven't seen it, go look it up if you haven't seen it already. It's a lot of fun just to chill out, relax. It's a roguelite, but a lot more simpler than anything you've probably played, and it's just turn your brain off and enjoy.
Yeah.
You can find me at NinjaTrixta, NinjaTrix, playing Elden Ring because it's impossible to stop playing Elden Ring. Literally, I wish I could. I can't.
Yeah, he's held at gunpoint. Like he was like, I don't want to play Elden Ring anymore. No, and then
I'm telling you, man, it's messed up everything. I feel like I've converted the entire stream into just Elden Ring streams. Like that's it. I mean, I guess we can hop on into it while we're kind of talking about it a little bit. I mean, I am about 60 hours into the game, and
that's so many hours, damn. Yeah.
And that, the worst part is like my chat members will come in. And, we're all chilling, we're hanging out, and I'll be like, yo, man, where y'all at? Bro, I'm like 132 hours into the game. We've been playing the same amount of time, 160 hours, 70. And it has become this thing where everybody who is playing this game, it's, we talked about it the first time, it is really hard to just stay on the main quest because the side...
You just explore,
You just explore, and I'll spend a lot of time off stream exploring, then I'll explore on stream, and then right here, this is a main quest that we're looking at. But even this little area was like was about, I would say, like an hour. It was about an hour in this castle area, but it's just kind of insane because I'm gonna skip forward in this boss fight. When you finish this, and just don't remember this. It'll be like really random for you. You'll be like, what the heck?
All right.
Yeah. Just blot it out from your memories really quickly. But you finish this boss, right? And what they still do, which is so magical, is everything that they set up, the views and the sights are just like majestic. I don't understand how they are able to do this. I mean, it's 10 years of experience in Dark Souls and Sekiro and all these games, and it's just here, from the castle designs, from just the enemies, all of this stuff. Anytime you see it for the first time, it just always feels magical. That's, there's just something about the way that it looks, and that just contributes a whole lot to how it is. And like I said, 5 minutes after this, I feel like this is the case with the game. Every 5 minutes, you're meant to see something. So I finished this castle, and we go out of the castle, and there's some enemies. 5 minutes later, I don't know if I went to it immediately, but there's a dragon. There's just a dragon, and I'm like, are you kidding me? There's a dragon right after the boss. You just see it lurking in the distance, and you're like, I just fought something big. And that's when and you ask yourself, well, I don't have to. Do I feel like I want to fight something big again, or do I want to leave? And I think that's kind of the dynamic with this game, and it never ceases to amaze me. It never stops. And then there's a quest line here too. Come on. What the heck? Yeah, that's
I definitely feel like the world being so big is just like it helps people like just stay like stuck to the game, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Especially if you just want to explore, like you'll just like dick around and you're like, oh, what the fuck is that? And you want to go explore, you like get stuck, like
Hmm.
wandering, honestly. You don't even want to like stick to the main quest, right?
Yeah, yeah. And there's so much when you talk about exploring, you kind of get a sense on the map at one point in time, like, okay, this is where maybe this landmark is going to be, and maybe this is where like a hidden place, like a cave or something, a dungeon is going to be. You just kind of have a feeling, so you end up combing the map, and sometimes you're not even running like down a path, you're running like on the side of the walls, like on, well, like, a mountain or something, looking for hidden entrances, and you'll find it in the spot that you thought it was probably in. So that's just been a lot of fun for me, honestly.
Yeah, game looks good. I haven't played it yet. I haven't bought it. I mean, I'll get it eventually, probably, but yeah.
You'll once anyone who gets it, just prepare. You're gonna lose. You lose sleep. It's not like the worst thing in the world, but you know, you lose sleep and concentration for everything else. I will say that they did put out a patch. I want to say like maybe a week ago that did alleviate.
Oh, the PC performance?
Yeah, for the PC.
Yeah, is it better now or?
It is better. I will say that I have less frame drops.
Is it not perfect yet?
But it's not perfect. Yeah, it's not perfect. You can even see it if you just actually look here sometimes, you'll see it drop every once in a while. It's not enough to hinder, but it's much better than before.
Yeah, what's interesting, I mean, kind of on a tangent a little bit, but I was watching reviews of the Steam Deck still, because, I mean, Valve, I think 2 days ago, over the weekend, released Windows drivers for the Steam Deck. So if you wanted to install Windows on your Steam Deck instead of the Steam OS, you can do that now, right?
Right.
So, like Linus Tech Tips, this, like the really big YouTube channel, did a video where they installed Windows on one of their Steam Decks to compare performance versus SteamOS versus Windows, right? To see like if you're running the same game, like which is better.
Right.
And one of the games they were benchmarking was Elden Ring, and it was pretty terrible. But like Elden Ring on Windows running on a Steam Deck was hot garbage. It was so bad,
was just hot garbage.
So bad. But for some reason, Elden Ring running on SteamOS using whatever translation layer they have to get the game running on SteamOS made the game like smoother, ironically.
Dude, what?
Yeah, so funny. Yeah.
I mean, like, some of the people in my chat were like, the game is just that's just how it is. There's no way to fix it, right? So hearing that, it's pretty interesting that there is, some kind of ways if you really kind of work it a little bit, right?
Something that Valve has done in order to make games run on the Steam Deck has like in some weird way fixed Elden Ring. It's really weird, but yeah.
Well, the thing that they were saying when they put the patch out, and I don't know if this is for specifically the frame rate drop, was that
yeah, it's not using the GPU.
It's not using the GPU.
Yeah. Like, what does that even mean?
I wanted them to say like it's not using the GPU to max, like at max performance or something, but no, it's just like it's not. Some graphics cards were not using the GPU. What does that even like? How does that happen? Like, how are you running the game?
The patch notes straight up said where the graphics card was not being used. I'm like, well, how are you running the game? What the fuck? Like,
right?
What?
It's like if it's not running, how does that work? Okay, yeah. Well, we'll just take it. We'll just take your word for it. That's what's happening. But yeah, the game it's still a lot of fun, and there are just lots of moments and lots of places. I think if you do go into it, I was talking to someone about maybe comparing this to Breath of the Wild and how open that game is, and they're saying it's like about the same. Like,
in terms of just what size?
In terms of size. Now, I've never played Breath of the Wild, so I don't know how big that map is, but people in my chat were saying it's the same size as Breath of the Wild's map, and it's so huge, and there's so much to do in Breath of the Wild, and I didn't realize there was that much to do in Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, it's big. It's a big game.
So now I'm just like, man, maybe I need to one day sit down, someone's going to redeem it, and I'm going to end up playing Breath of the Wild.
Well, Breath of the Wild, I mean, is fun for the same reasons. Like, you'll climb a tower, and you're like, well, what's that? And you just, like, go to it, yeah? So...
Yeah, it's that addiction, I think. I will say, last time we were talking about maybe if you haven't played a Souls game, or if you've played a Souls game and that's just not the cup of tea for you, that maybe this one's still not going to be your cup of tea. I will say, coming through a lot of the boss fights and using the summons, we didn't talk about that last time, but the summons do help in the sense that sometimes the boss will actually just focus on the summons.
Oh, so they'll take aggro for you, and you can.
They'll take aggro, yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
okay. Yeah.
And it's kind of nice. So if you want to try to do it yourself without any help, you can do that. If you want to use your summons, you can do that. If you want to summon another player from your friend,
yeah.
You can do that. So
that kind of reminds me of Code Vein, because Code Vein will have in the story you have a partner with you.
Mm-hmm.
And when you do a boss fight, like your partner can also take some of the aggro for you.
Okay.
And on top of that, you can actually play co-op, so you can have, I don't think it replaces your partner. So you have a human player, and a partner at max when you play Code Vein. So.
Oh, okay.
It's definitely like one of the easier ones, I believe, just for that reason.
For that reason, but it is nice, and it does make it a little like when they were talking about making it more not user, but like maybe more friendly for everybody. That's something that subtly you don't think about, but that was one of the things. And of course, magic. I think they did a wonderful job in using magic in here, making it all look cool, making you want to use it. And really feel empowering. I've seen a lot of people online just playing spellcasters, and you don't even have to touch the boss. You just shoot magic, shoot.
Yeah, that's fun. That's fun. Honestly, yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I do think having flexibility like that, letting you do whatever build you want. If you want to experiment with some crazy wild build and it works, then it's fine. If it works, it works, right? So
if it works, it works. Yeah. If it works, it works. So I think the common thing is a lot of people just maxing out their stats as much as possible, getting it high, and then going back and then doing the actual story. So then at that point, you're just one hit KOing or 2, 3, 4 hit KOing every boss. Bosses are just like, bam, gone. I know the story now. It was good.
That's fun, yeah. I mean, I'll get Elden Ring. I mean, I've heard enough hype about it that I'm like, at least at this point, curious. Like, for the record, I don't hate Souls games. I just tend to not play them. So.
Yeah. I mean, I think a lot of people are in the same boat and now hopping in, or maybe we'll hop in later. Hopefully some of these issues are actually fixed a little bit more on PC. But going to another game that I did play the demo for, and I know we've talked about this game a lot on stream, which is our favorite Final I don't know, it's not. I'm not going to say it's our favorite Final Fantasy.
Well, it's not even out yet, so we don't even know, but yeah.
It's not even out yet. But I will say from the demo, Stranger of Paradise was actually fun. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, no, I was watching a VTuber play it actually, and it looked pretty solid. Honestly, it looked really good.
It runs a solid. I want to say this is 60 FPS.
It's probably 60. Yeah, you're playing on a console. Or you playing on console, right?
Yeah. This is the demo came out for PS4 and PS5. This is the PS4 version I'm running, not PS4 Pro or anything, just baseline.
Like a little base PS4. Yeah,
looks like a PlayStation, looks like a PS3 game. I kid you not. It's Babylon's Fall looks even worse. Plays even worse. That's the worst part. Babylon's Fall plays worse, but this one at least is locked in. Didn't have any issues with combat. The actual systems were deeper than I thought. Not only do you have a parry move that you can absorb enemy attacks, you can also throw the enemy attacks back at them. You don't even
you can reflect.
You can reflect them, and it's what I love that they did is. It's one of the things I hate in terms of the UI. You can't really see it that well, but at the bottom there's that kind of red gauge that's going away right now. You essentially you can hold that to parry, and it's not timing based. You just hold it out, and that.
Oh, really?
It's like the gauge from Sekiro, right? When you're blocking kind of deal. So if
that's and that'll parry as long as you hit. Get hit.
As long as you get hit,
gauge open.
Yep, yeah. It will parry. But it also drains as you hold the button down. So it's
you have to it gives you a window basically, like an extremely generous parry window basically.
It gives you
right?
an extremely generous parry window. Okay. And I was surprised by that. Of course, you can also you can switch on the bottom right of the screen. You can switch your classes,
your
jobs,
yeah.
Which at first I thought, okay, that's cool. You can switch it. Man, when you use your special attacks, you can actually cancel out of your special into the next class.
Oh, that's cool. That's fun. Yeah, it's fun.
And I was like, oh, Final Fantasy 13 vibes over here. Oh, yeah, snap. Dress sphere. Okay. And so then it got deeper in the fact that you can customize the combo trees. And it's not like you have 5 slots. There was almost 10 slots to customize combos.
And that's per class, yeah?
That's per class.
So you can do cross-class combos essentially.
You can link into other, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's
that's an incredibly high ceiling for combo customization. Then
it's incredibly high, and I mean, you will get slept. Don't get me wrong. If it's a weird hybrid of a Souls-like and like an
action RPG kind of,
an action RPG. Yeah, I would even say it's faster than like Devil May Cry.
So, in if you had to like place it on like a spectrum, is it more Souls or more action RPG?
It's more action RPG. It's more it's Neo. It's Neo faster. It's faster Neo.
Okay.
And, which forgives you but this one forgives you a little bit more because it's so fast paced. So I would lean more towards action RPG almost.
You can play like footsies, then you can do really like you can hit and run away kind of. You can be really evasive.
No, at least in the demo for the enemies that I was facing, that wasn't the case. Except or you can just or
you can be more button spammy, I guess. You can be more aggressive.
Yeah, you can be more aggressive. And I would say I did get a feel of I felt like I was playing Final Fantasy at one point when there was a lot of enemies, and I had to choose what enemies I wanted to attack, and the mage class had actually opened up, and you can apply weaknesses to each of the enemies just like you would do in any Final Fantasy or RPG. And I had to think, and I was like, wait a minute, so this game you can actually it encourages you to think when there's so much stuff on the screen, and the characters actually even say it too. Like these characters say the dumbest things I've ever.
Oh yeah.
The beginning of this game, Jack, they're coming back from a mission, and Jack, he's a little bit battered up. I think his lip is bloody or something, or his face is bloody. There's like a smear of blood on him, right? And I think it's Jed. I think Jed is like, hey man, you need to clean that up. And he's like, it's nothing a little spit won't fix.
So bad dialogue, right? Bad dialogue.
It's bad. It's bad. And every time they that you find a save cube in here, they're like, hey, it's a save cube. Yeah, we should go there. Yeah, I just feel like taking a rest. Like, okay,
so
guys.
Honestly, from the get go, from the moment that this game was announced, we have the initial teaser and trailer. The game was memed on heavily for just having absolutely terrible dialogue, just super campy vibe, right?
Yeah.
I'm not even kidding. Because it was so bad and so campy, that piqued my interest. I want them to double down on it. Like
they doubled down. They doubled down.
Yeah, honestly, at this point, like that's the vibe of this game. That's the aesthetic. If they're like, oh, like this is what we are now. Like we are super. I don't want to say cringe, but like, what's the word? Like really.
It's never cringe, at least so far.
It's kind of like demo. super B movie kind of feel.
It's B,
right?
Yeah, it's B movie.
Yeah.
And that's what I enjoyed about it. It somehow. Like, it's kind of like if you took Final Fantasy 15 and stripped all the seriousness away from it. Like, every serious plot, anything that was serious about that game and what the characters, even
so you
if
just
they had,
you just make 15 like even more like over the top and ridiculous, right?
Yeah. And they're just like, Jack, you can do it. Let's go. Okay, we got it. Oh, and what I will give them a credit is that the voice acting is solid. I can 100% say that. Voice acting, the recording was nice. The dialogue, like the mixing was good. So you always had a good balance between them and the actual sounds around you and everything. I thought that they did a good job actually with the voice and the dialogue, as corny as it is, but the quality. So I think a lot of people are going to be good on that. The one thing I will say, and I don't know how this is going to play out a little bit, but when you go back to town, quote town,
Like
the way that
area kind of,
like you'll get a cutscene and it plays like Neo. It does play very much like Neo. The cutscenes are nicely done. It's using the character models, but they're much more higher res, I guess.
Okay.
Like it actually looks like a PS4 game at this point.
So it's kind of like FF7 then. FF7 had, I think, 2 different sets of models, I believe. One for cutscenes and one for in-game.
Right.
I think so, right?
Yeah. I think, maybe.
Probably. So it'd be like that, yeah.
It'll be like that, yeah. But yeah, you go back to the hub town, and these cutscenes after they're finished, you don't run around. There's this. My camera's in the way of this, but you talk to people through a menu.
Okay.
There's just like a menu behind my camera, and that persists like when you go to the I want to call it like a map or something. The hub. Yeah, like this screen, like in Final Fantasy X-2. So you can talk to people from the town from that menu. So if you're looking
it's not
to do
really like a... Yeah, I remember the map from X-2 where it's like, where do you want to go? It's like, oh, I guess I'll go to bestowed, and it just like takes you there.
And it just takes you. That's exactly how it is. It's a mission structure similar to Neo, which is kind of sad, but if that's what it took for them to just kind of put a bunch of cutscenes in here that are nicely done and make a good action game. I don't think anyone's going to complain that they don't have to wander around talking to people in low res.
So there's no traversal between towns where you're moving between, like, you're going on an adventure kind of. You're just like loading into a mission basically, right?
Yep. Mission story.
Is it like a confined area kind of thing, or do you teleport and you're like in this, let's say, a castle? Like you get like, oh, we're going to the castle. Now you're in a castle, and the castle's like multi floors or whatever. But that's it, right?
Pretty much. It's
like
not
bad. That's not,
we're going to the castle. It loads up the map, which load times on PS4 weren't too bad. I would say like maybe like under a minute is what it felt like. We're looking at it now. But yeah, you hop in and you just start. That's it.
That's not bad at all. I mean, I wouldn't. I'm okay with that. I'd be fine with not having to walk everywhere or anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think the only thing is that I just hope that the PS5 version and the PC version, that they don't have any issues, but that they look a little bit better, because it's just everything's really low res on the PS4 version. I don't know why it's this. I don't know why. Maybe it's to help it run smoother or something, but it's a fun game. And I was actually thinking about what you would think if you were playing it. I'm like, you would actually enjoy this. You would actually enjoy this.
Yeah, I probably would. It looks good. I'm going to get it on PC when it comes out in 4 days.
In 4 days, yeah. Unless you want to pre-order it, and you can play it now.
Can I? Let me check.
Yeah. I think the pre-order bonus is like 3 days earlier you get to play.
Oh my God.
So some people...
well, I'm going to be getting it on PC, which means I have to get it on the Epic Games Store. Because it's exclusive, yeah.
Something about Epic Games Store, like I never like opening the store and running a game. I feel like it runs slower. I don't know if it does or if it doesn't actually, but I always feel like it's using more resources for some reason.
The launcher, you mean?
Yeah, like the actual launcher, and then when you launch into a game, it's just not as smooth as Steam. Like, I can't imagine.
Yeah, possibly.
It could just be me making it up. But I'm like, yeah, I have to play this on PC. Same thing with any exclusives. I realized one day, like, you know what? I've been spoiled. Even Horizon on PC spoiled me. I can't go back.
So you like have to play all your games on PC now?
I can't go unless I was like, you know what? I want to buy a PS5 for some of those exclusives.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it runs fine. Maybe it runs really good. I don't have a PS5. I can't tell you, but I presume it's
probably
better
fine.
than a PS4. Yeah.
Yeah. And the PS4 was locked solid. No real issues.
So yeah, I mean, at that point, it would just be better texture and resolution as opposed to frame rate, because if frame rate is locked at 60 or whatever, then you're good.
Frame rate's locked. Like I said, it's really solid. It's just hard to look at.
I want to know if the PC version will be unlocked frame rate.
It's a good question. How many options they're gonna have in the PC
I don't know, because if
version.
you play, like, for example, like Monster Hunter Rise on PC, like that's an unlocked frame rate, right?
Yeah, you can set it to whatever you want.
Yeah. So I'm wondering, but we'll find out, I guess, in a couple days here.
Yeah, if it's still based off like Neo type engine and everything, which I think it is, then Neo for PC did have unlocked frame, so maybe so. We'll see. But yeah. Anyways, that was Stranger of Paradise. Hopefully, everyone who's interested in that game just at least looks at a stream of it and checks it out. Give it a chance. And if you're looking for just kind of fun stuff, that's definitely in there.
Yeah, I'm hoping that the game will just like be. I want it to be weird. Like when they had the trailer where he says chaos like 25 times, and then in the second trailer where he's like bullshit, and then plays Limp Bizkit on his phone and walks away.
That's in the demo.
Yeah, I want it. I want that. Like it's so weird. Like people like are making fun of it, but I'm like, that's at this point, that's the game's personality. Like you got to double down on that weird shit. So you know what I mean?
Double down on it. You know.
Yeah, exactly. I want him to just like watch a YouTube video or something. Like I want him to be like, let me YouTube this shit. Like, well, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like,
just like do some like. I want them to start eating some fast food. Like,
I want them to.
Dude, they are like that. They are. That crew is like that. Honestly,
I really wanted to be like so weird at this point. Like, I want him to just like take out his phone and be like, you know, it's like, let's watch VTubers Jed. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
He won't do that, but it was funny because you go back to the inn, and the innkeeper is like, it's nice to see you again, Jack. And Jack, for whatever reason, does not care about people. Even to the princess, he just goes, He just grunts. And the
That's so
innkeeper's
funny.
like, I knew you'd say that. It's good to see you too. I'm like, what?
That's good. Yeah,
How
I
do you
want
know
more of
that's a
that.
good grunt? How do you know that's a good grunt versus a bad grunt? Like, what
I
the
don't know,
heck?
maybe intonation or something. Yeah.
He just knows. He maybe yeah, he just knows. But moving on to the state of play as we keep it going. This happened on the 8th, as we talked about, and you know, they do these every. I think this is the first one for this year. There was technically one for Gran Turismo 7 that
Right.
just focused primarily on it, but this time we had a bunch of maybe not a bunch of announcements. We had a couple announcements, new games, futuristic. Well, sorry, it's Exoprimal from Capcom.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, just let me know what you want to talk about. Forspoken got actual gameplay trailer, like actual in-game her doing stuff besides running and jumping. The game was delayed up until I believe like 5 months, so it's around November, October release.
October now or something? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Apparently, some of the frame rate it's a little bit rough. It doesn't look as nice a little bit in motion.
Mm-hmm.
Gundam Evolution is now gonna come out this year. It's confirmed.
And it's confirmed for a Western release, right, as well. So
Yeah, confirmed from Western release. And then the JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, the All-Star Battle R, which is not a new game. That's a game from I think PS3 generation, done by CyberConnect 2. I remember when that came out. That's coming back. They're gonna update it. We don't know about the netcode if they're using rollback or what, but it's CyberConnect 2, so probably not. It's banned on Namco. Yeah. Probably not. And then Returnal got an update.
The game's not dead, yeah?
It's not dead. You get co-op all the way through the campaign, plus the Tower of Syphilis. I can't say it.
It looks so close to syphilis.
I'm trying not to say that, but my mind is saying it.
Yeah,
like...
I saw that, and my brain was like, Tower of Syphilis. Oh my god.
Sisyphus. There we go. Sisyphus. Oh my goodness. And that got me. I think that's probably the most hype announcement that they had. Like people were like, "Oh, game's not dead," and it's even hype. But Square Enix closing it out. So in terms of new IPs, we had 3 with Exoprimal from Capcom, and then 2. I don't know what Square is smoking. I really don't know. Square
has so much shit out.
Is this like 6 games
Chocobo
this year?
GP came out last year, I think, right? Or
last week. Yeah, last week, and then this week, Stranger of
Paradise. Yeah.
Into this year, we have Forspoken, and then somewhere in this mix, we have the Dio Field Chronicle, which is like a not tactics. I mean, it's tactics, but not. Right. I think it plays out a little bit more faster or something. And then we also have Valkyria Elysium, which I believe is in the Valkyria Chronicles.
No, the Valkyria Profile.
Valkyria Profile. Whew.
Yeah.
Collection of games.
Yeah, honestly, I legitimately thought that series was dead. Like I thought it was dead.
The last release was PSP, right?
DS. Actually, I looked this up recently. Because I was like, what are the other ones? So it slipped under my radar. So it was Valkyria Profile on PlayStation, and then they got a PlayStation Portable remake, whatever, of that game. But there was also a prequel which came out on PS2.
Right.
And then there was also another game on DS, I believe 2009 or something, which slipped under my radar entirely.
What's weird about these games, both this and Dio's Field, is that we're looking at a screenshot right now, but they have some very dull color palettes. It's like they're trying to be near, but they're not near. I mean, they're not trying to be near, but the color palette, at least for this one, is
I don't know. I mean, I saw the trailer for Elysium. It looked
there's some blue. There's blue in it.
Yeah,
but for some reason, I don't know. Maybe I mean it is just it is their choice. It's not exactly like a bad thing or anything. I'm gonna pull up the trailer really quickly.
I mean, it looks good. It looks good. It definitely doesn't look like Valkyria Profile. I gotta say, it doesn't. But gameplay looks fine. I would say it's almost at this point. I don't know.
It's got Square, yeah, continue.
It's kind of just like Square is just like, what's hot right now, boys? It's like in a boardroom or whatever. Like action RPGs are hot right now. It's like, all right, let's do it.
And they weren't just like, this didn't just happen. Like this game has been in development for a couple of years at least, maybe a year, 2, maybe a year and a half or something.
Presumably at least 2 years. Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, you know what we just forgot? I don't know if it's confirmed this year. Star Ocean.
That's confirmed this year.
Star Ocean.
Yeah, it's coming out this year.
Are they trying to like tank their own games? Because you can't have. Okay, so Star Ocean. Which one is in the summer? Forspoken is not in summer.
Star Ocean.
So Star Ocean is summer. So Forspoken got out of the way of Star Ocean. Yeah. And then now Forspoken is towards the end of the year. Right. And I'm guessing these are going to be in between those, because these are all like no one's going to be able to play all of. I mean that you can, but
well, okay,
they're all similar. They're all sim genres essentially.
I mean it's already March, right?
Yeah. And
there's no way, Valkyrie Elysium is coming out in May, June. There's no way it's coming out in 2 months. There's no way. Yeah.
We just had, you had Triangle Strategy that just came out.
Triangle Strategy did just come out.
Like, what world are we living in outside of
Square?
Babylon's Fall
What?
being
It's
crappy?
like Square. You know what? It's kind of like Square, like tripped over a pile of games, and they're like, who forgot to put these games away? It's, these are done. Let's ship these.
Like freaking PR is like, we give us a break. We get like there was honestly, if you look at it, there's no PR for Chocobo GP. There was no PR for freaking Babylon's Fall. Yeah. Or Triangle Strategy. Yeah. No PR there either. Stranger of Paradise is the only one that has PR.
And honestly, barely even at this point.
Yeah, it's got demos, which helped it. Well, I mean, I guess it had the state of play, which kind of, put it back in the spotlight a little bit.
I just can't believe there's this coming out this year. Like, when is it gonna come out? Like, can we agree it's not coming out until like October, at the earliest, right?
Well, Forspoken is in somewhere in there, so yeah, October.
There's no way they're gonna be like, we're announcing Valkyrie Elysium, it's out tomorrow, or
Oh yeah. It's
there's no way.
It's definitely.
It has to be like October, man. This game has to be October.
So it looks like PS5. This game is running at 4K 60 FPS.
Oh, that's good.
That's nice. I hope Star Ocean runs at 4K 60 FPS. I'm hoping all the games now just run at like 4K. And then we had Dio Field, which is just the strategy RPG. Looks like it's coming from the team includes the character designer from the Lord of Vermilion 3 and 4.
What? Wait, can we slow down here? Lord of Vermilion. Has anyone outside of Japan? No. Has anyone outside of Japan even played Lord of Vermilion?
No. It came out in the West. Did
it?
For PSP. It's a PSP title.
Oh, great.
I think maybe PS3. There might be some PS3, but I don't think anyone played it like in the arcades, like with the cards and everything. I don't think anyone did that level now. It's got some composers from Game of Thrones too.
Amazing. So when this is coming out? Wait, this is coming out this year as well, right?
This is this year as well.
So when is this coming out?
Dude, no one knows. No one. I want to say like someone could tell us on this, but I don't think they're willing to tell us a specific range. No, there's nothing on the PlayStation blog post. So it's just 2022.
So how many games did Square ship this year? Will they ship this year?
Are we at 6 or 7? We had 3 this month. We had 3 this month, and then they're talking about 2 right here.
And then we know Star Ocean got announced.
I think that's 6, right? Or 7?
Well, I mean, if you...
fudge.
Wait, the Chrono Cross remaster is April.
Yeah, that's 7. That's 7. I think that is 7.
And the FF6 Pixel remaster was in February. So...
And the worst part is they released Guardians of the Galaxy like in November last year.
They just killed that game. That game died, man.
Guardians of the Galaxy? That game's great.
You got
Avengers. You're talking about Avengers?
Oh no, that game too. But I mean, like Guardians got like minimal marketing and like, I mean,
luckily the game was god tier, good fun.
It got minimal marketing and like I never got a chance to like for Square to be like, hey, this is our game before they were just like, what's up, bitches? Like you know what I mean? Like.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, they dropped it. They did put some weight behind it, but it, I think we're getting into I don't want to say a bigger discussion, but is it me or there? We had E3, right? We had E3, and we would have these press conferences.
I bet you.
Now we have these like directs and everything, but for so many different companies. Microsoft does like maybe 1 or 2 a year. I want to say Nintendo does about like 6 maybe somewhere in there. And then Sony does maybe around the same. But like between all these, like sometimes like, I don't know, like they just don't feel as hype because then you don't see them until the next weird online event. If you even watch it.
Yeah,
like
E3 used to be like,
right?
E3 used to be like, here's all the shit, whatever. But like, I think I don't know. I think people stopped liking. I mean, fans like it because you have this one. It's Christmas basically, right? It's like Christmas in May, kind of, right?
Right, right.
But I think the industry hated it because they were like, especially if you were like a journalist, like how I can't cover this. Like I can't cover. What do you mean? Like I can't write this much. Like I can't sleep.
There's no possible way to, because it's a whole endeavor, you know, that you have to cover all these games, the previews, the interviews, all that type of stuff. And then the devs have to make them all for this specific day, you know, and this is like make or break. Like if you're there, you might get some huge press that you might not would have had. But now, instead of fanfare, you know, we get this and like an article written, and that's it for the next event. Like they just kind of
I feel like it's easier. I think this kind of cycle is easier on devs because they don't have to focus on polishing a vertical slice for E3.
Right.
They can kind of announce it, be like, hey, what's up? Here's the trailer. And then like in a couple months, they can be like, hey, like here's some more gameplay or whatever. And they can kind of like show the game that way. I just don't know if it's like better or worse for the game. Because like what happens, like for example, like some of the games that Square is putting out, like they might get lost like in all the noise, right?
I feel like I'm getting lost with,
like, don't forget, like last year, like also World Ends With You got a sequel after like what 10 plus years. World Ends With You finally got a sequel, and it like also died. Like it came out as
it died. It
because
actually
it came out and then like they like
was it summer? When like,
it was in summer. It was in summer. Yeah.
Like I feel like as people were excited because 10 years later, a World Ends With You game, which is a beloved franchise. Really, it's not
like a cult classic. Like everyone loves the cult classic.
I wouldn't even say it's like cult classic. I feel like people who like I feel like more people actually know about this game, and I mean they even had an anime. They even made
the anime was kind of meant to like promote the new game in a sense, right?
Exactly.
So the game came out in the summer for Switch, PS4, and PC, and then I
didn't hear anything else about it.
It dropped off the feed. You know what I mean? Like it.
There was a blog post, and I think that's the thing. Like there was a PlayStation blog post, and maybe they expected the anime or some cross marketing to do kind of
like to help it,
But and I think around that time was Scarlet Nexus out before or after? It was before.
Scarlet Nexus was last March,
right?
February last year, right? About a year ago at this point, yeah.
So I feel like maybe it was clear. It's just, I mean, I don't know. It's kind of sad to see this, like some of these games, they have to pick and choose, but I wish that there was, and I don't know what exactly is different sometimes. I don't know what exactly is 100% different from the PR cycles of old days to now, because it's not like maybe we're just looking forward to more games. I don't know. Maybe we're starved. Now we're just saturated. I don't know.
I think if Square this year, because it's only March, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, if Square later this year announces FF7 Remake Part 2, or they have a date for FF16, like that'll just like also flood the rest of their.
That'll flood. Yeah. And I think what's happening is, who knows what's happening with 16 right now. You know, Homeboy said he wasn't going to show it until it was ready, and I'm talking like, you know, months. Maybe within that year kind of ready of it debuting. So this is another event that we haven't seen it. Maybe it comes for like the E3 time frame. But at the same time, they can't do anything with FF7. They're not going to promote FF7 right now, because then what about 16? And then what about all these other games that are hyped? They just get pummeled, right? They got games coming the entire year, apparently.
Yeah, like even, you know, so either Square's marketing department has to be like absolutely gigantic, or like I don't know if they're concerned about like cannibalizing their own sales, because like at this point they're kind of competing with themselves.
I mean? Yeah, they are. And I don't know what they're gonna do for Babylon's Fall to pull that out of. There was something about Avengers that at least it had a solid story. It was pretty solidly made. There were glitches, of course, but people hated the grind. People hated other aspects of the gameplay, right?
Yeah, I think something about Avengers killed Avengers, and it wasn't just a bad game.
But it's still there though. It's still surviving.
And on the same token, like I don't know if you heard about this, but Chocobo Racing GP, the new one that came out last week,
Switch
is
only,
rife. Right? Is just loaded with a season pass and microtransactions, despite the fact that you have to pay like $50 for this video game.
Why has that game got
like a season pass? I don't know. God, I don't know. Like, I don't know.
Only? It's Switch only, right?
It's Switch only. Yeah.
What? Why are they? What?
So you
There's
have
something
to like,
going on in Square. There's got to be something going on with.
You like have to pay full price, full like for this retail game, right?
Right.
And then when you get it, it treats itself like a mobile game. It's like buy more mithril to you know what I mean? It's insane. It's so weird.
Dude, there has to be something like we said that's going on with Square on the inside.
I think there's money. That's what it is. They're like, I don't know.
I mean, Babylon's Fall is even worse. Babylon's Fall, it has a battle pass and everything, but my number one thing about that game was it plays like an all right platinum game, but it feels like you're in a broken Monster Hunter world. Like the hub town just is bad. The NPCs are bad. Walking around in the environment's bad. Jumping is bad. This is the only game where I'm like, jumping feels bad. The action of jumping is bad.
Yeah, I don't know. I was curious about Babylon's Fall.
But there's battle pass and transactions all over the place.
Yeah, like when will the game go free to play? Is my question.
The worst part is I looked on Twitch. I want to say the day it actually released, or no, I think it was like maybe last week or something. There were 29 people viewing the game.
29.
29.
Wait, let's look up Steam stats. I want to know how many people are playing it on Steam right now.
This is like I'm like 29 people in the entire world for something that just came out is.
It's called Babylon. I had to ask you. For the title of the game.
Fall.
I had to ask you for the title of the game.
It's all right, let's take a bet. Let's take a bet. About the game itself.
All right. Oh, I'm gonna dude. All right. Let's play a game. Let's play a game. No. How many people do you think are playing Babylon's Fall right now?
Right now?
Right now.
Oh my gosh, no. I'm looking at Twitch and there are 23 viewers. Which means I'm gonna go off the Twitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people on Twitch.
Yeah, okay, on Steam. How many people are playing Babylon's Fall on Steam right now?
Man, if these people aren't playing on Steam, then there's probably one person on Steam right now.
All right, so what's your guess?
I'm gonna say 0. I'm actually gonna say 0. There are no people playing this on Steam right now.
I'm sending you a link. Open that. Here's how many people are playing Babylon's Fall on Steam right now.
God. Oh no, I feel like I tried the demo. I put it on stream. I wanted to make sure that people could at least see it and see like, hey, dang, this doesn't make any sense. Oh Lord,
this game is dead.
Pray Platinum.
Oh my god, this game is stillborn. This game died out of the womb. This game is just... When did this game came out? Like what, 2 weeks ago?
No, this game came out last week, I think.
This game is dead. This game is dead.
And they even had the nerve. They had the nerve to shove this down people's throats during the Elden Ring. It came out a week after Elden Ring. That's what it was, yeah.
Oh my god.
I want to say I feel bad for Platinum, but I don't know. I really don't know what this was for. I feel like it was almost like the remains of Grand Blue Fantasy Relink. They took whatever tech they had from that and were like, Square.
All right, here. Click on
stuff. Gosh.
All right, if you're still on that page, click on Babylon's Fall. Like, click into Babylon's Fall. It'll give you a way more comprehensive chart, and you can see the actual. Yeah.
Hey, you know what? There were 376 people playing 25 minutes ago.
25 minutes ago.
Apparently, they just stopped. At 24-hour peak, there was 508 people playing, and the all-time was actually 1,166 people. That's better than on launch day, which the all-time was like 200 something people. So I mean,
oh my god,
wow. It's really hard to do this because doing this is like trying to fail a test on purpose, a multiple choice test. When you try to fail it, you have to try to guess all the wrong answers, right? This is like someone trying to guess all the answers and actually succeeding doing it.
Okay, so it's probably not actually 0. It's probably closer to 300 right now.
Oh,
still.
That's in the entirety of the entire world of
Steam,
people who have Steam.
Yeah,
and there's a lot of people. Even Anthem had more of a chance.
That's so shitty.
And I guess before we kind of close this out, we got 2 last games that we can talk about. Let's go on to the Gundam Evolution, which is going to be it's actually free to play. It's going to be free to play.
Yeah, I'm going to play it. Are you going to play it?
Yeah, we can play some broken Overwatch.
Yeah, let's do it. I mean, it's free to play. What do we have nothing to lose other than time and hard drive space.
There's supposed to be a closed network test. This is 6v6, very much Overwatch. No anything else about it. It's just Overwatch.
I can't wait to pick a Gundam because I think it's cool, and then get yelled at for picking that Gundam.
Because there's not that many of them in there. But hey, you know what? They added Exia at the very end of the trailer. Exia is also in there. So Gundam 00, the main Gundam from there, which is kind of cool. I don't know if they're going to have all the forms. I doubt it.
No, yeah. Like, what is it? The twin celestial overdrive, whatever the fuck. Have you seen 00?
Yeah, 00. Yeah, 00 was the first series I tried to watch in Japanese, and then I was like, no, you know what? No, I'm not doing that. Nope. Putting this back, subs on, kids. Subs are back on.
I enjoyed 00. That was a while ago at this point, but yeah.
So it was like 10, 12 years almost. But there's 3
yeah.
modes. Looks like Capture the Point, Destruction, and I don't know how this. I'm honestly, I don't know how this game is gonna play. Because
I'm sure
I believe it's in arcades too, maybe. I think, right? Is it in arcades too?
I don't think it's arcade. It's PC only. Or I guess
PC.
console and PC at this
Console,
point.
PC.
But yeah. I honestly think this game was designed from the ground up to be a console shooter. You know what I mean? Like, I really think so.
It's definitely not designed to be anything else.
I feel like the team was just like, I can't stop playing Overwatch. We should just make Overwatch.
Well, you know what? I think maybe they're kind of transitioning their franchise a little bit, if you think about it, because arcades aren't as big as much anymore, and Gundam Extreme Versus or Gundam Extreme versus Boost, whichever, all of that series.
Insane. What's the Gundam versus Gundam Extreme Maxi Boost or something is the full title? Yeah.
That series was a huge competitive title here in Japan. Even in Evo last year, last year's Evo was a side tournament game on stream, and I'm sure they're going to still have that. But this helps them not have to depend on the arcade, which I don't think they've been doing that for a while anyways. But, I mean, PC, consoles, I don't think they're losing anything. This seems like a very Japanese looking game too. I don't know how to describe it.
Yeah, it really looks like Bandai Namco was like, shit, we gotta. Is it Bandai Namco?
It's Bandai Namco, yeah. It's Bandai Namco.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Because they have the license, right, to Gundam. That's why.
Right. They have some.
Oh, because Bandai. Because
Yeah. I don't know how to describe how, like, when I say, like, it's a Japanese looking game, but like from
it looks like a Japanese shooter. Yeah, it looks like the crosshairs,
how they move. I have no. It's weird, but I'm hopeful, right?
Yeah, you know what? If Gundam Evolution does well, I want them to be like, let's make a Gundam fighting game. There was one on Super Nintendo like 25 years ago, whatever. But
there's one on PlayStation as well, right?
Oh, really? I want them to go like, imagine
you want like a 2D fighter kind of.
Yeah, imagine like an Arxis. Imagine an Arxis Gundam fighter. I would love it. I would love that so much. It looks so damn good.
I think you have more chances of a CyberConnect 2 version.
Yeah,
you have more chance of a CyberConnect 2 version.
Oh no, I forget what it's called. There was a Super Famicom Gundam 2D fighting game.
There's probably been some SD Gundam fighting games too, and recently, like at least for maybe last gen or something on DS or something like that. There has to have been some of those, right?
Oh, maybe. I forget what the stupid game is called. It's just a Gundam fighting game on the Super Nintendo. I mean, you know what? Next time I'm at a used game store here in Japan, I'm gonna like buy it. I'm gonna get it.
Yeah, grab it. I feel like I know there was one on Gundam fighting game for PS1.
Oh yeah, it's called Gundam Battle Assault. Yeah,
I remember seeing this game.
Yeah, it's called Gundam Battle Assault.
And it looks my magazines.
It looks good.
Yeah, I mean, it was just like because this is around the time when like I opened the wrong window. Was it like Gundam Wing? Sorry,
Gundam Wing.
Yeah. So like in the U.S., that's all we had, man. We had that Gundam Wing, and it was God tier. I still love the designs for Gundam Wing, man. That's
Gundam Wing's good. Oh, okay. So the fighting game I'm thinking of is a Gundam Wing specific fighting game. It's called Gundam Wing Endless Duel.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm gonna find this in a game store in Japan. I'm gonna buy it. This is my new holy grail. I'm gonna hunt for this game. I'm gonna get this game.
What the heck? This game is a this is like a cross franchise game or something. He's talking to someone from, I think it's like Victory Gundam. It might be the Victory Gundam guy. Okay, I guess it makes sense. Why is Hero in a Zaku?
Who cares, man?
This is what you want. You want a better version of this.
Oh yeah, I want. Yeah. Bring. Oh, dude, this looks good. It looks so bad, right? It looks bad. It looks so bad that I want to play.
Actually, it looks like it looks special. I mean, these are definitely like those what's not 3D models, but what are these
bet you this controls like shit. I bet you try to play this. Yeah,
on a PlayStation 1 joypad with like no.
Yeah, I bet you this controls so poorly. In the victory sign says checkmate.
Somebody was translating hard,
it doesn't say KO, it says checkmate.
Somebody was translating at their highest tier quality. You know, we don't appreciate just how far translation has come and localization in games.
It says checkmate. I mean, that's no better than like anything from ArcSys.
No. ArcSys is at least, you know, it's supposed to be that way, right? That's it's in the story, right? You know.
Yeah, it still sounds ridiculous though. What's the one from Cross Tag Battle? What's the ground call for Cross Tag Battle?
Oh, I do not know.
It's something ridiculous, isn't it?
Cross Tag Battle. Oh man,
it's something so dumb where it's like, I gotta find out.
I'm over here looking at astral finishes and stuff. Someone's like, "Aren't y'all supposed to be?" Nah, man, we're trying to find this crucial information for y'all. If y'all, you know, we were doing a service to humanity, some part of humanity that needs to see this now. Yeah, I'm still looking it up really quickly. I should have it in like maybe a second, maybe if I'm lucky.
It's like so not important, but it's really bothering me now.
It's very not important.
Yeah, I just need to know what the round call is. It's just something.
You want the round call? Oh, the
when the round starts? What's you know like the wheel fate is
tell me the. Oh no, these are astral
finishes. Can't escape from crossing fate is what it is.
Oh, that's so good. Can't escape from crossing fate.
That's it.
Round one.
Yeah.
Some people are like, they put some thought into this. They did. They really did. They really did. And it's not like that was translated either. That was probably from the jump.
Yeah, ArcSys round calls are just like the funniest ones. They're so good.
Always good. And last but not least, it was the I thought there was one more thing. Oh yes, Capcom's wonderful. It may or may not have some microtransactions in it. Probably will.
For which?
For Exoprimal.
Oh yeah, the Dino Crisis game. That's not Dino Crisis.
It was. I've heard some people say like maybe it was a Dino Crisis game because some of the character models looked like they were Dino Crisis characters at one point in time, and then it just became something else. and then it became something else. So this is a long. Oh wait, let me enter my birth date, everyone. I was born in July.
You're doxing yourself right now.
Oh snap! No, 1968.
That's his actual birth year, guys.
What day? I don't know. I was born on the 8th of July, 1968. Sometimes I wonder, why does it let you do that? Someone's still alive.
Just to make sure you can look at
the year 2043.
Content, yeah.
So it seems like this is a world where dinosaurs have, apparently they have dinosaur forecasts for the day. It's got a lot of whimsy in it, a lot of kind of dumbness. It is what would you call this type of shooter? I think it's 5v5, PvE, PvP, objective.
Wait, PvE?
Yeah, it's PvE, PvP at the same time.
I would say that's just like PvPvP or PvPvE or something like that. Or so, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Player versus environment.
Versus environment, yeah. So the dinosaurs are in your way, I assume, from capturing objectives, while the other team is also trying to do either the same objective or some type of counter objective like that.
What a weird fucking game. Holy shit.
I thought, honestly, I was like, oh, this is a single player game. Nah. There's 5 different classes, and it's a team based game. Like, it seems so dumb, stupid fun that I'm like, that's Homegirl from Dino Crisis, right?
Yeah, it looks, I don't know. This looks so ridiculous that, like, I'm intrigued. You know what I mean?
Right? They look like Warframes, like Warframe suits. They look like Warframe suits. I'm not gonna lie.
I kind of do, yeah. You know what? I do kind of get that vibe, or like the Anthem suits, whatever those were. Yeah.
Yeah. Warframe Anthem, but it looks like, I don't know if you'll be able to switch on the fly. But every character has there's classes that you can be. Look, there's like a billion dinosaurs raining from the sky. Like, what the?
This looks so dumb.
It's dead. Dead Rising? Dead Rising level dumb.
It's true, yeah.
It's Dead Rising. Like, amounts of things on the screen that you're just, for whatever reason, fighting.
So definitely a bit of a novel idea, definitely out there, but I would say definitely a welcome one from Capcom. Yeah, I just feel like if you tell someone, or like, hey, what's your favorite Capcom game? Probably the things that come to mind immediately are probably going to be like Resident Evil or Street Fighter, right?
Yeah, Resident Evil, Street Fighter, Devil May Cry.
Maybe Devil May Cry, perhaps Mega Man if you're a little bit older, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's good for them to be like, putting out something that's actually unique in a way. Kind of like Lost Planet was novel at the time when it came out, right?
Yeah, I mean, they had those franchises during that time. I think it was Lost Planet, Dead Rising. There's a third one in there somewhere. They put out 3.
They did like Bionic Commando, but that was a reboot, and that didn't go very well. So
I think the whole thing was that they were all developed outside of Capcom. They were not internally developed, so that was when they were trying to make connections with the West, which equals have Western studios develop your games.
Like Devil May Cry, DMC.
Oh yeah, that was the other one. Good old DMC.
I like DMC, honestly. I'm not even kidding. Yeah, I like DMC. Yeah,
I actually do. I like
it's DMC. Fine. It's a decent action game. It's fine.
The combat's fine.
Actually, it was fun.
Good. Combat's good. I think people just hated Dante's
the new Dante. The new Dante. Yeah.
just Dante being Dante. I'm like, it's
Yeah, because he was like young and not like, what's the word? I don't know. Just not.
Well, he was very he was very not Dante.
Yeah.
But yeah, this game's coming out in 2023, online only. So there is no single player. Well, there's no offline. I don't know if there's a single player, but it's online only. And I mean, the game looks good. And if you want to find out more about it, just go to the website and check it out. Exoprimal. They actually put out a breakdown of all the suits and what they do, and kind of like their goals for the game. So
cool.
It was nice. And
so out of all this stuff that got announced, like, what's the one? If you had to pick one thing that you could only play from this list of announcements, would you pick?
If I had a PS5, it'd be Returnal, man.
Really?
I still want to play that game. I'm a huge Housemarque fan, but the fact that you can go through it now co-op and I've been playing co-op so much this year that it's just like, that sounds awesome.
So that's the one thing. If you could only pick one game to play from this list of a state of play, it would be Returnal.
It would. That's what got me the most hype. But I can't deny Exoprimal. I can't deny it. Out of all the new stuff, Exoprimal got me the most. Like I really want to try that. I really want to try it and see how it goes. Yeah. What about you?
Honestly, I like JRPGs and I like how it looks. So probably Valkyrie Elysium.
That's a good pick. That's a good pick. The Dio Field Chronicle. They need to change the name, please.
It's kind of a weird name, but yeah.
The Dio Field Chronicle, like Square. Come on, stop doing this to yourself. Stop making weird.
Yeah, I remember when Project Triangle Strategy was announced, right?
They can't really call it that, right?
Yeah, and I was like, that's just a placeholder. That's a working title. That's just a concept.
They took one word out of it.
Like we're gonna get a proper name. Like Octopath Traveler was a cool name. Octopath Traveler, that sounds cool. We're gonna get a good name for Project Triangle Strategy. And they're like announcing Triangle Strategy. I'm like, what the fuck? No.
Take one word out of the code name and it becomes the true name. I was like, okay, guys, y'all really need some people who know how to name at least something in this company, because
did you really like this Triangle Strategy actually?
It doesn't sound appealing. I think it represents the game. I just don't think it represents a nice, like, I want to play this.
I don't know. My girlfriend's playing it actually. She's been playing Triangle Strategy.
It's been good. It's been good.
Yeah, it's good. It's fun. She's playing in Japanese though, so it's just chock full of difficult sounding words. The
political stuff in there. I think it's kind of like heavily.
If you are gonna play this game in Japanese, I'd recommend you're at least somewhere between like N2 and N1 if you guys even know what that means. But yeah.
Dang. You know, it makes sense. It makes sense for the terms. I believe like decisions that you have to make affect, you know, how an entire kingdom.
Yeah, I was watching her play. I was watching her play, and like a dialogue box came up, and she's like, "Oh, what's that kanji?" And I'm like, "I know what it means, but I actually can't read it."
I can't read it. You know, you have those moments like I know what that means, and so I know what the sentence is, but I cannot read it. It's weird.
I'm like, I know what it means. I just don't know how to pronounce it.
I don't know how to pronounce it, and it's like, At one point, you're like, man, maybe I should start studying it. It's okay.
Oh God, no, like studying Japanese,
Just watch anime. It'll help you.
This is true. Guaranteed. You guys want to know how to get fluent in Japanese? Just watch anime. It will work. Believe me. Believe it.
Believe it. You'll even know how to say that. That's not even how you say believe it. Get tricked. So that's gonna do it for us this week, and of course we'll be back next week on episode 25 or 125. Sorry.
Oh, we went back in time. Holy shit.
This is the second time I've taken us back in time and forward in time at the same time. This episode, like I've got
amazing.
I've got powers. But where can they find you again? Remind the people.
Yeah, follow me on Twitch. Actually, it's twitch.tv/root24. Just follow. It'll be fun. You can watch us. Like, we can hang out and play video games, talk about food. I don't know. It'll be whatever.
Yeah. Maybe get some Stranger of Paradise in there if you're looking forward to that. Or Power Wash Simulator, Vampire Survivors. Yeah. It's fun stuff. Honestly, it's a very relaxing stream, and you get your JRPGs in there too. So live every Tuesday and Thursday here in Japan, 9 p.m. on Twitch. Go ahead. You're closer now if you're in the U.S. because daylight savings time has messed you up. You're up earlier. True. You're up earlier now. No excuses. None. And then, of course, you can find me at NinjaTrixta. Still playing Elden Ring. Come in there. Enjoy. Watch me die.
Sweet. Sounds fun.
Watch me die. I didn't even say in real life or not, but that's the suspense.
Can you just imagine? We should play. Have you seen Sword Art Online? You should do that. You should. If I die in the game, I die in real life.
Oh no, there's too many. No, oh no. I would never stop walking and like crouching. I would just every fight would be. If I get hit once, I just run back. I just go to a spawn point. That's it. Refill my health.
End the stream before you die or something.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then finally, remember, you can follow us on Twitter at UGP_cast. And be sure to follow us on YouTube by subscribing to the channel Unknown Games Podcast. If you do it, we might even be able to say youtube.com/Unknown Games
like something
Podcast.
That makes sense. Yeah. Not
something
a weird ass.
I don't even know that number. I don't know the number. It's so long. It's a 10-digit number, if I remember. It's a 10-digit number.
It's something
letter.
Huge, yeah.
Yeah, it's in there. So that's going to do it for us this week. Remember, you set the tone. Go play some games. Have some fun. Stay safe. And if you really want to just say, I love you, be sure to tell yourself first. Self-therapy heals.
What are you talking about? All right.